Hi, I'm Rich at Studio Paranormal, and today we have a look at the Eventide PitchFactor pedal. This is basically top quality gear, premium stuff, great build quality, mainly pitch effects. You can have up to 4 harmonized pitches, and you can have up to 1.5 seconds of delay, which is a double delay as well, which is also useful. At the moment, we're going into 2 different amps. If you have a look on the back here, what we've got is we've got a mono going in, which is our guitar, and then we're monitoring to a PV Classic 30 and a Marshall MG series amp, just on clean channel. And you'll see there, out level, we've chosen amp. You can also go to line. The same thing on the in, we've chosen guitar, but you can also have a line in. And the important thing about this is we are playing this with guitar, but this can also be used with bass. You can probably get some wacky vocal effects out of it as well. You can also plug expression pedals, auxiliary units, and one of the most important things is it's got MIDI capabilities and USB for software updates. So let's switch to something a bit more gnarly. Let's go to the Synchronizer. And I'm not saying that wrong, it is actually the Synchronizer. It's the trademarked Eventide effect. And just whack the mix right up, so all you're going to hear basically is a 100% mix of what this effect sounds like. And I'm now sounding nothing like a guitar. Okay, so this is basically a chorus effect that has been created on the micro pitch setting, which, as you can see, is saved in bank 14.1.
It's quite mild, but...
What I need to do now to show you a better, a more vintage chorus is get to bank 15.1, which is going to be a problem because we can only scroll up through the banks.
Oh right, so you only increment through banks, you can't decrement.
Yep, exactly. So to get around that live, you can just plug in a foot switch and go up and down, basically.
So each bank has how many presets in it?
Each bank has 2 presets.
Right, so you select them with 1 and 2 buttons.
Yep, so when we get to the right bank, which, as I said, is 15.1, you switch that there to go to 1, or that one to go to 2. This is sort of Prince Purple Rain chorus kind of sound.
So we can get a bit more out there though, presumably?
Yeah, I think we should get a bit more out there. This is an Octave Fuzz. That's the preset, this is how it sounds. You can actually control the fuzz. So from 0 right up to, you guessed it, 11.
Oh, nice.
And you can add more there at the fuzz on the octave. So let's just get it really gnarly. That's what it sounds like.
Is there an editor for it?
I couldn't find an editor, and I've had a look in the forums, and I don't think there is one.
I want to hear some big Cocteau Twins ambience. Can
Yep.
I have some of that?
Yeah, I seem to remember we're in about bank one of the 40s. So that already sounds quite wacky. Let's give it a run.
Is that a reverb?
No, that's actually a double delay. So we're creating that huge expanse of sound just by pitching and delaying, basically, which is amazing. So let's get out of, what we are in at the moment is audition mode. So if you hold that down, we get back into play mode.
And that sort of opens up the front panel, right?
Yep, so this is now, you can do whatever you want to this. We're not in presets. So this button here is called the Encoder. Let's just roll that onto the arpeggiator.
And can you change the tempo of that quite straightforwardly?
Yeah, you can change the tempo with a tap. So all you need to do is push down that button so that the tempo LED is on, and then It's tapping the tempo, and the great thing is it comes up with BPM, so it's got an internal clock which you can sync to anyone else you're playing with as long as you've got MIDI.
Right. Is that the same for the delays as well? You can tap the delays.
I mean, there's so much you can do with the actual pedal itself on the face of the pedal. There's also, you can assign obviously any parameter on here to an expression pedal, so you can change it with the pedal while you're playing.
And MIDI?
Yeah, well, with MIDI, you could essentially assign a MIDI controller, or you could run it through Ableton, so that you could have somebody controlling anything on this pedal with MIDI whilst you're playing, which will be great for live. If you've got a keyboard player who's willing to do that for you, then brilliant. Recommended retail price in the UK is £459, and in the US, $579. But it's not that hefty a price tag when you're thinking about the 10 top quality Eventide effects that you're getting in the actual unit itself. Obviously the downside to that is you might have to invest in a bit of MIDI gear, maybe a foot switch to get the full capabilities out of it. But it's a fair price tag. I love this pedal. I've been playing around with it for about a week. I've not got bored once. It's a guitarist dream, basically.